Yes, good morning once again. We welcome you to Money Matter. Oshekoko, money makes the world go round and round and round. Even in the scripture, like they talk, they say, Owo ni keke iyin rere. As is to say, money can be the propeller of good gospel. So therefore, so in any way we take a look at money, they're very important. Money, they're very essential. That's why we always set aside our Monday, where Yoruba even call Ojo Aje, the day of wealth creation, to talk about finance. Last week, we dealt with taking stock of your financing for the end of the year, which obviously we know wrap them up. So today, we should be able to pick from there. And to do justice, good morning, ma.
Morning, Chief.
Ekaro.
How are you doing? Fine, thank you.
Ma, don't let him whine you with smiling. You know we are starting from me.
Yes,
this
no problem.
Because last week,
what?
Don't kill me. I don't want you to kill me anything. What?
To you that I want to buy you food and everything.
I don't want
to make sure I fulfill everything.
No, Slimy is not hungry.
Since last Monday. He made promise.
But which that you will not fulfill.
You will fulfill today anyway.
I don't want. I'm not hungry.
Two against one.
I'm not. I am not hungry. Thank you.
No problem. Two can.
Good morning.
Good morning, Slimy. Looking good as usual.
Thank you. You look good yourself.
Thank you. And good morning.
Chief, you look good.
I was waiting for you. So always limiting looking good. Chief, you not looking good.
Chief, they look good. They look good.
I live reminding my management. They are bringing more costumes for me.
Okay. Like Chief say, we dey continue from last week, taking stock of our finances for the end of year. That as the year they go to an end, we want to review our finance, how we they do. And the whole essence, like we said last week, we say we won't beat anybody or we want anybody to feel bad. The whole essence is that we just want to review. We want us to evaluate, to score ourselves, to take stock, of how far that we don't go. And the whole essence as well is to help us put everything for perspective, so that when you know what you don't do wrong, you go know how to correct them. And when you know what you do well, you will know, say, okay, I must continue with this thing. So that is what we look at. So we want to know how far have you done, how far have you gone, in what area have you done well in your finances, in which area you have not done well, because we highlight them for different sections where we want to make you look. So it is to help us to see our true state, that, okay, am I this, so that you don't continue to live a fake life. Because if you don't know where you are, you will not be able to help yourself.
At all.
If you think, say, you reach, and in actual fact, you know reach, you just go to live a false life. And you go to continue the things where they spoil your finances. So we go do a comparative analysis. Compare, like we said last week, from January till this time. And so the different sections where we want to look at, the first one be our income. We talk every time, say you must have a source of income. Because without income, there's no way you can say, okay, you're going to become rich or you're going to have a successful life financially. It's not possible. Because without money, you can't say I have goals that I want to put in place, So we want to, first of all, start with our income. The first question we say, if you don't get income, you have to get income. Get a source of income. So that's not the first thing. So for this income, I talk to employers and I also talk to they talk to employees, and I also they talk about people who get their own business. So the first thing where you go ask yourself, they say, did my income, did it increase? At the point where you are right now, last year to this year is a year. So you ask yourself, what happened to my income? Did I get a new source of income? Did I get an additional source of income? Did my income reduce? Did I even lose my income? Or what happened to my income? So that's the first question. From last year, it's easy. You can know if your income increase. You can know if your income no increase. And for people who day for business, you can know at this point, have I broken even? Have I not broken even? So that one is very, very important for us to know. Because if, for instance, you're a business person, and because some people say, Chief, to use that example, that some people will not want to just sit at home. So they will say it's even better for me to be going out.
But
if you keep going out year in, year out, where is it going to lead to?
First off, additional stress.
Additional stress. And then you don't even get, they get younger. So what thing will happen? So you feel ask yourself, okay, if I did into business, this business, they generate money for me. This business not generate money for me. Then you have to be real to yourself. Because one of the essence we say, we want to understand so that I'll put things in perspective and I think, okay, what do I now have to do? Because this thing is all about reality.
Sure.
Because that's not the thing where our viewers, they talk about, say, hey, it's real. We have to be real, true. And it starts from you taking stock.
At times, Mama Monica, sorry to cut you, ma. If maybe the shop where you go or the business, if it no really meet up and the deficit they too much, I think sitting at home at times is not a bad idea for you to really evaluate yourself.
Because let me ask, if you have deficit, right? So where would the money go? They come from? And that's one of the things that happens to some of us. We think, Shibi, I'm going, money is coming from somewhere. You forgot to say where money they come from. If now woman, if now your husband, after a while your husband will tell you, say, I no do again. I no give you money again. If now for somewhere, people will ask you, if you are a single person, they collect money from your parents. After a while they go ask you, say, we don't give you money. Wait till they go wrong. They will stop. So you need to be honest to yourself. If it's not working, ask yourself. Then I have to.
But how long? You know, because there's this thing we usually say in Nigeria that yes, most times the beginning is always very rough. You know, so you don't need to like rush out if it's not working at first and all of that. So we tend to want to keep striving.
Yes, and that is why you must take stock.
We
you must
consider that
evaluate.
You know, as
it's
the
part,
beginning.
it's part of your evaluation.
Okay.
Because you are taking stock. You are asking yourself, why is it not working?
But ordinarily, how long do you think someone is supposed to stay
on the
in terms
business.
of years?
All business don't have the same
survival time.
break-even point. They don't
Okay.
all have.
Okay.
You know, and there are also some other external factors because they'll tell you maybe school, this is the year, this is the period, this business, this is the period. But sometimes some other external things also influence it. Some other things, maybe like your network you have, the people that you know, it can affect it. Your location. Like for instance, when I still had my business, my shop in Lagos, the what's it called? The rent, the same kind of space and everything. Then I had another one outside of Lagos. The
one outside Lagos was making more money than
making more money.
Wow.
And then the rent was
cheaper. The one for outside Lagos.
It was less than 100,000. This one was almost $500,000. So I asked myself.
And yet it's not.
It wasn't. So I was taking money from that one to support this one.
Outside
and
Lagos.
I sat down and said, okay, which one is working, and which one is not working? So because it wasn't working, I said to myself, no way.
But what about the stress? Because you are based in Lagos, and then you have a shop outside Lagos.
It depends on, you have to put systems in place. You have to get to a point when, after a while, your business should not be you.
Yes.
That your business should not suffer. If you are not there.
I think I should quickly contribute this so that people watching can actually pick a lesson from it. A friend of mine who works on the island has a bar here on the mainland. So
where does it stay?
It stays very close to his bar, like
Okay.
a street or two away from his bar. But obviously, he works with the telecom, so he's going to be on the island of all through the day. We'll come back around 9, 10, then we all chill. And I asked him, I said, see, how do you manage such a way that this place still runs for over 4 or 5 years? I feel in a bar where you are not there, they would have emptied you. He said, no. He said, I'm always here. He said, no, I'm not always here. I know you go to work. He said, no, he's always here. He sees everything. And I'm like, oh, you kept somebody whom you trust in the business. He said, no. He is always there. And at the end of the day, he was able to open up. He said, look at that camera. Look at that camera. They are connected to his phone.
So you can always
monitor.
I don't believe that you can monitor from your phone.
You have that now.
Wow. So from his phone, he would just like, so where somebody can say, oh, Jota, people did not come and drink since morning. He would just play video for you that, look at this person.
And they already know.
4 bottles.
And since they know, them sure they want to use their brain and not.
So, like you rightly said, it's just a system we put
in place. Although, for some businesses like provision, it might not be as easy to monitor. If you are selling sweets, if you are selling all those small things, it might not be as easy to get get that full control if you are not there, but just have to put your system in place. And that is why when we're talking about business, sometimes you ask yourself, you know, when we did that series, you ask yourself, why I they do this business? Is it just for survival? If it's for survival, then that means it's just you and yourself alone. But you are thinking, is it for future? Do I want to make something out of it? Then you have to have your structure, begin to put things in place right from the first start. So that is for that. And then for employees as well who are working, you have to ask yourself, this income, is it more? Is it less? Do I get another source of income? You just have to sit down and take the review. Take stock. Ask yourself, what is going on? What is working and what is not working? If it's not working, then you leave it.
Just leave it.
Yes.
Leave it and do something
Or
else.
ask yourself, yes, but you just have to take stock. You just have to ask yourself, why are things working and why things are not working? Then the second aspect which I want us to look at again today is our spending. Everybody spends. And the interesting thing is whether you get income or not,
you spend.
You spend. You
Money
eat.
passes through every pound.
Exactly. So that is why they say that it is very important for you to get income. Even if you don't have somebody to employ you, learn a skill, do something that will just bring in something. So my question for spending is number one. You're spending all through that year. That is where I'll face Chief now. Did you spend wisely? Did you spend wisely, or was your spending according to your priorities? Or you just spent as money came? Because for some people, they will say that, I don't have money, okay, let me see, okay, but you had money. Yes. Let us list it out. What were the things where you put? Exactly. So,
but okay, the thing is, I think Chief has said something before that he said, wait, there's where I'm going to. I want to link it up with the event I went to cover yesterday.
Okay.
That he said, okay, if you are able to pay your debt, you're not owing anybody,
yes.
and you can eat well. Do you understand? You might not have money in your account, but it is not like I'm owing, so I'm having sleepless nights and stuff. As far as I can live that life, even as much as that, is it okay?
Yes.
Do you understand? Now, that was almost the same thing that happened yesterday when a known person, they asked him if he had goals and stuff, if he had any goal for 2019. And I was like, no, that he didn't have a goal. That all he did for this year was to combat anything that comes his way. That if it comes, I face. If it comes, I face. So it wasn't like he took his time to write down anything and all of that. So I might actually use that for myself.
That person will think that he has achieved, but that's
what I'm saying. Didn't he achieve?
That person can do better.
Can do more.
Do you understand? If you just sit down and say anything that comes my way, you're not deliberate, anything.
That means you are being tossed around by the wind of destiny.
There will be some things that, see, that person is capable of doing, and people will even want the person to do, but because it's just there. But if you have your goals and say, okay, I have achieved 1,000, I want to achieve 10,000. You are deliberate.
So what you're saying in essence is always very important for us.
It's very, very important.
Right.
It's very, very important. And that is why corporation, businesses and everything, they have something.
At the beginning of the year, Sebi will normally take you people to at the beginning of the year. Only I don't
understand. You take me to
that this thing.
Retreat.
That restrict. I'm not going over restrict.
And who are the common law?
And then we don't use international hotel. That
is why you see some people.
What does it have to do with what we're talking about?
At the restrict. Company policy.
Was it the one that took me to the retreat?
We call you that day.
When they were talking, you were busy looking for food, looking for takeaway.
No wonder.
He was busy looking for ask him what they said at the retreat.
I collect big wine. He say no, please can't drop that wine. It's not for go and drop wine.
That is why you see, say for some things, and you see some people they are average. And you see some people, they are above average. You see some people excelling. You have musicians.
But I feel we restrict ourselves most times when we write things.
We don't
down. Seriously, that's because you feel, okay, I don't want to go outside what I have already on the paper.
No,
so let me just...
go, see, you can go outside, right? But you are deliberate. You have some things. If you just sit down, you don't have any goal. You are a business
It's not
person.
like I don't have a goal.
And you just say whatever confronts
you. Yes, like, okay, if you come, because... See, when we write most of these resolutions, because we are entering 2020.
They're not resolution.
They are what? What do we call them? Okay, I want to make sure I get this. 2020, I want to build that, I want to bike out.
And that is the difference.
And then I put myself
when
under pressure.
Say resolution is just something that you are wishing for. A goal means something that you are deliberate. There's a difference. A goal, you are deliberate. This is what I want. And then you have...
We are told that the difference between want and need.
And then you are deliberate. You set plan. Okay, I want to achieve this. If you're, for instance, WAP, for instance, let's use WAP. There is a target, there is a goal.
Yes.
When Bambiti family came, when we had knockout.
And there's another blockbuster coming.
Exactly. If management had just sat down and said, whatever comes our way,
I will just be shooting anything.
You will not be the leading family entertainment company. But because you had goals, we want to be the first in this entertainment.
Those are the things we discussed at the beginning of the year. In that street.
It's not...
They carry blackboard like this, not white marker board. They are teaching us. How
used to the old life. Blackboard.
They
will
say slate. They will give mark. How is weather report doing? Top 5. Everybody, they say press sensor. Everybody is your feet.
You need to take.
Then they will now show. They say eat anything. If you only like
because of you now, will not retreat. Because of how you ate last year, now they refuse to call us.
No, this time you no go be buffet. You no go be buffet now.
We're looking for cooler.
I don't want to do it. Let's go.
Even if we do it there, we'll still do buffet.
It's okay. We'll go on this second break. Money Matter will be right back. Now we are talking about moving to the next level, like from socialism to communism.
When it comes to money matter, be the boss.
Good morning. I come to realize the fact that
when you have a business, make sure your business gets strong.
As we know, say money matter na important issue. Shey you be banking industry or cooperative society, abi you get anything where you want make people know about your business? Come market yourself on top our Money Matter program, where they teach our country people how to manage their finances.
Well, Mama Monica don't clear us. Say a pen is definitely mightier than a scapula.
Yep.
Meaning, say, make we try to pen them down. Make we know, assume, say, anything will come our way. According to the question we Stimi asked, that is, we should not be tossed around by the wind of uncertainty. And also, she has made us realize that we need a job that would actually be futuristic in nature. Say, what would they do? She get future. Another thing where my pen down here, because she ask you, if you are having deficits, where is the money coming from? She's talked about networking too. Say, part of what you go survive this business from another business, that the networking where you get. She asked us, is my income increasing and how much am I making in a month? All these and many more she don't talk about. So we'll still return back to Amma. We are trying to differentiate between resolution and goals before we went on that break.
Yeah, so resolution is one. That's why most people make resolutions. So, next I want to lose weight, I want to do this, I want to do that. They're just wish lists because there's nothing accompanying it. How do you achieve that losing weight? What are you now? And what do you want to lose? But if you have goals,
I think goals become successful when they are achieved. They are backed up actions, right? So I feel it's the same thing with resolutions, because the example you just gave me now that, okay, for someone like me now that says, okay, I want to get fatter come 2020. I'm just saying though. So it means I need to work harder or eat well and stuff to get more flesh. Abi, that means I'm supposed to act it. I'm supposed to do something to make it happen. It's not the same thing with goals. Like, I can't just write. If I write it down, is it a goal just by writing?
No. See, a lot of people, even for goals, a lot of people say, okay, I have goals and do this. See, what you have in front of you, is even like a chief will say, even the books, the holy books will tell us that, look, it says write down the vision. You must write it down. What you have, write down, what you see is what you achieve. See, in every organization, I keep using that one as example, every department will have targets. They will have this. Imagine if it was written in their head, if it was just in their mind. But when you see something every day, you know that this is what I am meant to do. It pushes you. You know that this is what I want to have. So you must write it down. It must be written down. And that is why they say just 1% of people succeed. Why? Because just that 1% that have, if you meet with people who are successful and I mean people who are successful, go and meet them and ask them questions. People who are really wealthy, ask them questions. They will tell you that, look, I have said that I want 10% this year, 10% of what I made last year. If you don't have it down, how will you even know what you made? To even know what is 10% of what you made?
Just to back you up, ma, a big clergyman shared the craft, the aeroplane now with Aliko Dangote in a trip abroad. So he said his observation is that while they were in the plane, while some people were already sleeping, some were eating and everything. I think you heard that. Yeah. I gave you that tip too. He said from where the plane took off to where they said the man was either checking this paper, acknowledging that paper, reading this, removing that. And that's still the richest man in Africa, not sleeping.
So that is why I encourage people all the time. Look at people who have made it. Look at people who are achieving and see what they are doing. Their lifestyles are usually different from the lifestyle of the ordinary people. And that is why a lot of people, they will always give excuse. Hey, now the economy not good. I'm not saying the economy good. But in this same economy, people, exactly. So that is why we say you must be deliberate. If you are deliberate, you are taking responsibility and you are intentional. It's different from having it in your head.
Sorry, ma, Slimy.
Yeah?
Phone line.
Oh, really? Okay. Please feel free to talk to us. We'll open the phone lines right now. 08105434981. Of course, 08173147589 number. Just cue the volume on your TV set. Ask your questions if you are not clear, just like the way I'm asking, you never can tell.
Yes.
And I'm sure she will be glad to answer to every of your questions. Rema, so.
Yes, and the thing is, what we are doing, we say we want to improve ourselves. We want to get better. Because they say the definition of insanity or madness, they say when they do the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. I know that everybody, we have so much that we can do and we can achieve. But the only thing, see, one reason why people don't like to write down, because it's hard work. People don't like hard work because you have to first of all think. People don't want to think. People want
they don't want to stress their brain.
They don't want to stress. And the thing we say, we want to finish well. And then we want to start strong. We enter a new year and a new decade. So you cannot continue to do the things that you are doing. We also want to be among that 1%. So even if we need to start small, make we start small, but let us know that we can achieve with our finances.
Is that a vision?
Sure.
Yes. And that is why if you go to any serious place of work, business, bank, anywhere, you go see they go put their mission.
And vision.
They go put their vision. So that they want the people to know that this is what we are working towards. If it wasn't important, they would go put them there.
At all.
So even for WAP, we say that now family
entertainment.
So everything that way they do now, that is why you will not put all those things where exactly. Business. So everybody too, we must incorporate it into our finances. That's not the thing where we say. We say, okay, you don't do well, but if you do better. But if you don't want to be better, nobody will force you. If you
those who want to do better,
they will leave you and overshadow you.
They won't leave you, my dear. The funniest part of the story is they will employ you to build their own dream.
Exactly.
They say if you don't have a dream, those who have one will employ you to build their own dreams.
Oh, Plateau.
Exactly.
Plateau. Good morning.
How are you doing today?
We are very well. Plateau. Good morning.
Good to you. People are having a beautiful smile on your faces.
Thank you.
I like that. I love the topic this morning. But there's something I'm just a little bit confused, which I want people to put more light on.
Okay.
And it's about these goals and what is it called?
Resolution.
Exactly. Now, let's say it's a goal, and I have that vision to build a mansion this year, and I write it on the paper, and I'm earning a salary of 50,000 naira. Madam, how is it going to work out? That's just the question.
See, let me say, my brother, see, we're not talking about setting goals now, right? But if you're going to set goals, one of the things is that you must set smart goals.
Realistic
goals. Smart goals. That is the meaning. So you cannot say that you are earning 20,000 and you want to build a mansion. You are just killing your goal, your dream. You are even demoralizing yourself. It can be a long-term goal. Future, because goals are broken into 3. You have the short-term goal, you have the medium, and you have the long-term. Even the way you are saying it, even you just you just want to what are they saying? Like, no, if that is what you want, you can achieve it. But you have to work towards
it.
That
on
is
your
what we are
20K.
saying. So you must have smart. Your goal must be specific. I want to build a mansion. Where do I want to build a mansion?
In how many years' time?
You said that what you see is what you write is what you see.
I agree.
So I'm trying to bring a fact from that word, by using my own intelligence to put my goals on the paper with my little salary, if it can be achievable now. Because what you see on the paper is what comes up in life.
Yes, that's
true.
So
with the little salary we are earning, it's supposed to be achievable.
See, let me explain this to you. Your goal is to have a mansion, right?
Yeah.
This is what you will do. You will set smart goal. Number one, I want to build your specific. The S is that I want to build a mansion. Where do you want to build a mansion? Is it your village? Is it in Lagos?
Yes,
so you must be specific.
In a city now, it's not a village.
You have cities, you have Lagos, you have Abuja, you have Port Harcourt. You must be specific.
Okay, in Lagos precisely.
Okay, you be answering because of our time. So your goal must be specific, or you can call me later. Your goal, I want to build in Lagos or in Abuja, because the lands in these cities they are different. So that is why you must be specific. Just don't say city. If you say city, then you're not seeing anything. Because what you have in Port Harcourt is different. What you have in Calabar is different. So you must be said, I want to build a mansion in so. And then there are different kinds of mansions. Some mansions have 50 rooms. Like some of our musicians abroad, they have some mansions. They are just spacious. It's just a small house, but they have large. You must be specific.
Oh, Samuel.
Okay. I think we'll still come back to smart.
Okay, sir.
To the meaning of this smart.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning, sir.
Please, you need to be a bit audible, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. I just wake up from the bed.
Oh, sorry.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, Slimming Tea.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mama Monica.
Good morning.
Good morning, my day, man.
You're fine.
Yeah, I want to ask a question, man. Because you did tell that the other guy we first called, man. You said it's not. Is it possible or it's not possible for them to be? I want to ask you a question. Is it possible when you are earning 60,000 naira, man, as a salary? Is it possible for you to build a mansion? We are in Lagos. We know how Lagos is, and we know how land use charge. You know how much they charge every year. But is it possible for you to be earning 60,000 naira, man, and to build a mansion in Lagos City? And you have like 4 kids.
That is what we are saying. That one is not realistic. That is why you say your goal must fit this maths. See, you are setting the goal. You must be specific. It must be measurable. In what time? Measurable. We must measure it. It must be achievable. It's something you can achieve. It must be reasonable, and then it must be time bound. You must give yourself which time, and that is why. See,
hello, ma.
You can't be on that level.
Okay, do you have more questions for us?
Yes, I have more questions.
Oh, okay.
Ma, can you just tell me how is it possible for you that have 4 children, 4 kids at home, and you are earning 60,000 naira, man? How do you want to build a mansion with that kind of money, man?
That is what we are saying.
Okay, she's actually breaking that down.
Breaking it down.
Just listen up. So I can
see, it's not something you can achieve now.
Like now, I think that's
you first of all have to, yes, you can achieve it now.
Mr. Samuel, you just need need to listen up to get the demystification she's trying to do on that.
You must see, it's not something you can achieve now.
It is not like now.
The first thing, in fact, for somebody who is earning 60,000, somebody who has 4 children, is first of all, somebody who is earning 60,000, who has 4 children, you first of all even have to, part of your goal is to say that I need more income.
I'm telling you,
that's the first thing.
Train 4 kids with
60,000.
The question is, before you even talk of building a mansion, with that 60,000, can it survive
rent, chief? Let's even start with rent. School, with the children in the picture.
And that is what people, it's a goal, but you are building a mansion. You are going to be living in the mansion, right? It is not an asset. If you say you want a mansion as a what's it called?
For rentage.
For rentage.
For real estate.
Exactly. See, I don't know how I'm going to put it, but
continue, my
No,
I want people to.
I think they need to understand the fact that you're not saying you're not telling them that okay, you're buying it now with 20K
exactly.
and all of that. With 20K, you develop yourself. You develop
yourself.
that 20K,
and we had even talked about goal setting. Yeah. Maybe they can log on to.
Yeah. No, you can visit our channel on YouTube, you know,
and get more information. But the thing is that when you are setting goals, you know, important thing, like we said one time, is that you write all the things you want to achieve down. That is the thing. You put everything down. Then after putting everything down, the number 2 thing which we said then was that you now put them down. You put, in fact, in terms of priority. And then you also put time frame to them. Because there's so many things. Like you said last week, that you had some things you wanted to do. Sure. But what was the priority for you? Was to get, that was the priority for you. Because your income at every point is limited. Sure. So you have to choose priority. What do I do? What do I? For many people, like Chief said, they're just on this level of survivor.
So
not going below.
No, yes, I'm just paying my bills. You need to ask yourself, what else can I do?
Can we take Yinka? Yinka, good morning. Good morning, Yinka.
Hello, good morning.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, sir. So, Mama Monica, your question, please.
Okay, I'm following your the topic.
Hey, thank you.
I think what I've been hearing this issue of mansion coming up. I think it's like when you are making a goal, one should be able to make reasonable ones.
Yes, you know? That's the R, realistic.
Okay, for example now, some people when they are praying or when they are seeking for something, some people can say when they are walking on the road, they should just find money on the floor. It doesn't work like that. When you're making a decision, you should think about what will come from what you are doing. Now, this issue of mansion, even if you have the mansion now, do you have the pedigree of somebody who owns the mansion?
Exactly.
If you have a mansion, let's just have somebody that chooses that mansion. Can you sustain it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You will start thinking of how to build even a room, or even move to a bigger house. Everything in life is a process.
Yeah.
Why don't we just think about big things without thinking about the process? When you actually have it, they are not being sustained. These are the things people should be thinking about. Setting a goal to me is like saying, okay, I want to move from this step to the next step, to the next level. Which should be the right thing we should be thinking about. Thank you. That's my contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. I like that word that he said, process. A lot of people, how can you, well, if it's a goal, I won't discourage you. If you want to build that mansion. But you must, like he said, it's a process. What are you doing? Because what are you doing? Because for somebody who wants to build a mansion, he's earning just 60,000. He doesn't have other sources of income. He's not realistic. And it is not attainable. We asked that brother now, where do you want to say any city? How can you say any city? You don't even know how much the land costs. It shows that, that seriousness, even know there. Because you want something, you don't know how much it costs. Before you buy anything, you must know, okay, I want this thing. How much does it cost? So you don't even know the mansion. You don't have an estimate. So it is not measurable. Your any goal must be this, SMART. That's the acronym. Specific, measurable, achievable, yes.
Realistic and
time-bound. Yeah, I want to get married. You want to get married when? And that is why it's not really achievable. So that is the thing. There is a process. I think, again, we are going to talk about setting goals again.
I think on that premise, sorry to disturb you or hold a bit. Slimmy, you help us on how people can actually go on our YouTube page. I told you of the Colonel that I called last week, Colonel H.I. Zaria. He said he missed some of your...
Yeah, there was another person I saw at MCON that actually mentioned your name, Akatuba. Katuba, I don't know, I can't remember.
So they missed.
So they watch the show a lot.
Past episode. So for them to watch, please.
All right. So for all the matters we now know, you guys can always visit our YouTube platform. Yeah. First off, you need to subscribe, and subscription is free. To only chop your data, but then what you will gain is worth it. Okay. So visit WAP TV channel on YouTube. Just search for WAP TV channel. Thank you so much, MCR.
Lovely.
That now www.youtube.com/WAP TV channel. And then you see all of our shows on top the platform. Just like the red button you get to see, and you can watch every of our previous episodes.
And to bust your bubble, ma, this corner H.I. Zaria we are talking about, it's not even in Lagos. He sent a soldier from Oshodi, I told you, to come and get our number because he wants to talk to us, that he needs a repeat. He wants to watch the one he missed on
Money
Matter. So that's how to go about it, H.I. Zaria, sir. Just log on our YouTube platform and you get not only on Money Matter, even on Property Matter, Health Matter, and every other, even Akpan and Oduma, everything is there. Okay,
yes. So it's a process. I don't want us, if you need more clarification, because I suppose we're supposed to do these goals
I think
again.
we can visit maybe in January, since that's the beginning of the year, we could just visit.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's a good one. So we've talked about spending, your spending. How do you spend? Is it as with do you spend on purpose? Like these people that are talking about goals. We talked about budget. Your spending, when you're spending, do you have even any parts to meet these goals? If you ask most of them, they'll say no. They don't even have a budget. So it is not, there is a process. I like what that brother said.
It's a process.
It's a process.
That's why Brian Tracy, the writer of Go,
Brian Tracy, yes.
Brian Tracy, the person that wrote Go, he said there's a big difference between growing and jumping up. So when you jump up, you go high and you come down.
Yes.
But when you grow, you are at that
process,
point.
yes.
So you are there.
And you see, this income thing, I was asking multiple streams. You have multiple streams. The other day I was watching TV and I saw that now we even have Dangote cubes, Maggi. I was shocked that this is another addition. So when people are doing, people that are not even there, what are you doing?
And here is somebody who is already there and is not
exactly
relaxing.
So that is why I did say,
when you have ideas, no matter where it will take you, just try and work towards making that idea realistic. Because there was something I saw online of a young man in Jos. He made a plane, do you understand, and he took it to the field. And to him, he felt he was just catching fun. Now, I've seen a whole lot of them. I see some in Ikeja. It's funny. Some don't fly. Some will just be on the road, but you see it move. Do you understand? So he gathered like his friends and all of that. So he was able to do it. The thing went round and then came back to land. And this one, you didn't even need much space. Like an helicopter, you can land anywhere. But for a plane, they'll tell you, say, if you don't reach, you have to just before. So he actually did that. And the thing went viral. And then I just saw it like on Tuesday that the US are actually giving him free scholarship to come and learn. Just by, making...
Aeronautics.
Do you understand? And the things that he's doing, he will just be putting them down. Okay, putting something to it.
So, it's so obvious. Then he was a common man because, nobody knew him and all that. But just with that little he did. So we all have ideas. Just no matter how small
is that ideas no they faithful.
So if you don't make use of it, another person
it goes. You
goes like that.
You might not even remember the detail and everything. And that is why we say writing down will help you. And you have so many people who are trying to give back even into society. But they go ask you, say, okay, what thing you have?
Let's see your blueprint.
Yes, let us see. But if you're not, then they see that, okay, you're not really, really serious. Because those people want to see.
And it's not that you don't really have or know that you do. But there's no guide. No blueprint.
Even if you are confused, Chief, I think you should just still try.
Try. Like you told us,
program again where they watch for TV. That program is for youth. So those people, the man has people, both foreign investors. In fact, all the people on the panel are foreign investors, apart from him, who is a Nigerian. So what he does is that they allow people to come and pitch. So either they want to invest in it.
Okay.
Either they want to invest or they want to give you money, which you will pay back. But you need to come out. In fact, they say, no, this is your idea. It's not this. When do you want to? Exactly. So that's not the thing where they say. If you just say you have it for your head.
You're just deceiving yourself.
And if your goal is just to be consuming, like the man said, you want a mansion. For what?
They give you one now. If they say, come and take one now.
And he even talked about the charges. So
like when people say they want private jets, I ask, do you know the
What
parking
it
space
takes,
monthly?
Abi.
It's over 10 million naira. per
Monthly.
parking space. Yes. So these are the things. I
Hey.
think on top of that, we say very, very big thank you to Mama Monica for breaking this down. We've learned a whole lot of things.
Yes,
Definitely next week
yes,
we will continue. Eshoma.
please
Thank
be
you,
wise
ma.
with your money, oh.
Parting words.
Party after.
Parting.